Hey, welcome to the third video in the Storyblok V4 CLI series. I'm Daniel Mendoza, and in this video, we'll go over creating a new Storyblok project from scratch using this new CLI. Okay, now that we're logged in to Storyblok via the CLI, we can go ahead and create a new project using blueprints as our starting point. Let's create a project by entering the command storyblok create followed by the name of our project. And in this case, I'm going to follow the naming convention of all tech tutorials and name it my project. How original. Okay, now you can see that we get a list of technologies that we can use to actually set up the scaffolding for this project. So by selecting this, we're basically just determining which Storyblok blueprint GitHub repo to clone. So for this step, I'm just going to pick the top technology in the list, Next.js, because as I mentioned in a previous video, I'm basic. Now it's going to scaffold that project using the Next.js template or the template for the technology that you chose, and voila, it's done. Next, you're prompted to select where you would like to create this new space. For you, you may only have one option, but in this case, I'm part of an organization, so I have the option to create the space within my personal account or within my organization account. For this, I'm just going to select my personal account. And now it's going to redirect me to the web app. And now we're redirected to the browser where I have to select the plan for this newly created space. For this example, I'm going to continue with the starter plan. So we scroll down, click on continue with starter, and there we have it. Our space is created. So if we go back to our local machine and make sure we are in the directory where we created this new project and open it in an IDE, in this case, I'm just going to use VS Code. We can see that we have a fully scaffolded project using Next.js ready for us to build upon. We even have some base components that we can use for creating pages, and we'll see this reflected in the visual editor, as well as the actual connection to our Storyblok space. Now let's install our packages and run this project. And navigate back to our terminal and install our packages. I'm just going to run npm i for this. And then we can run the project in dev mode by running npm run dev. And you can see that it's now running. Now let's navigate back to the Storyblok web app so we can actually see what this has done for us. Okay, now we're back in the web app. And if we go to the content tab and go to that sample page that we have, you can see that we have a fully hooked up visual editor using those base components that were created in the scaffolding for that Next.js project that we had created using the CLI command. So there we have it. We have a fully hooked up and working Storyblok project with an actual front-end application template or scaffolding for Next.js, as well as a fully hooked up visual editor within the web app itself. So if this was useful, so make sure to watch the next video. In the next video, we will be going over how to sync schemas between spaces and generating types for your TypeScript projects. So awesome stuff. Stay tuned. See you then. Oh, I almost forgot. We need to create a component. So now let's say that we need to support a new feature, with that feature being supporting articles within our site. Let's go ahead and create a simple article component within our dev space. So let's go ahead into our Storyblok space and let's navigate to the block library. Let's then create a new block and let's name it article. And for the block type, we are going to select content type block because this is going to be a type of page that we're creating. Let's go ahead and add that, and you can see that the block was successfully created. Now we just need to add the corresponding fields. So the first field I want to add here is that body. right? Because every article has a body of some sort, right? This is going to be the content that actually lives within the article itself. And we want to select rich text so that way the authors on this page actually have the ability to, of course, manipulate the styling and formatting of that content. And now we want to add a summary field because we can use this in things like listing views of articles, providing a short summary of what that might be. And this is just type plain text. Let's go ahead and save that. And now we can see that we have successfully created an article component, a simple article component. Make sure you create this because we are going to be referencing this later. All right, congrats on creating your first component.